Hey, what is going on, YouTube? AA Ron here. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Saturday morning here. Woke up, I wanted to get up a little bit early and do this video. We got a few bits and pieces of information that I wanted to drop in this video. Not only that, there is a teaser image of the next campaign ship or next line of ships and or next commander in the game. But as you guys can see here, this little image that was dropped on a few of the World of Warships Legends social media pages. See it all ticket, date 3/3/2025, and I think that's actually a great ticket or date to have, because the rest of the world uses day, month, year, which is logical, and then here in America we use month, day, year. So this would be March 3rd either way. But on top of that, there's also a name here, Hector, and I believe Waller. And that could be a few things. Number one, we could be getting the Hector here, a Commonwealth Special Premium Tier 9 destroyer. Or we could be getting the Commander, Hector Waller, who was the commander of the HMAS Perth here. But on top of that, we could also be getting the Commonwealth line of cruisers, which would certainly be a lot of fun. They're going to be very fragile, as we know, with the Perth, the Mysore, the Brisbane, and a few of the other ships. We just know that they're basically converted British cruisers, but we could get the Hobart here, the Uganda, the Auckland, the Encounter, and even the Cerberus at some point for legendary tier. But let's go ahead and take a look at the Hector here, as that is probably the campaign ship. I'm not sure. I think Tommy said that, but again, we're never 100% sure on these videos. But it is a tier 9, so probably a tier 8 in our game. They could even put it at tier 7, who knows. But in 1936, Great Britain started designing a cruiser based on a smaller version of the hull of the Southampton-class cruisers. As a result, the Fiji-class ships were developed. But if Great Britain had decided to build a full-sized AA defense cruisers, a project would have been implemented that embodied the AA defense cruisers based on a hull of a Belfast class ship. So yeah, she's got 133 millimeter guns here, 7 of them times 2, so 14 total. There was 6.7 reload, not the best, honestly, but I'm sure with our cruiser commanders and reload mod, even we can get that down to maybe about 5. But considering that Des Moines has a 5-second reload, I guess maybe not comparing Des Moines, but Mino there is at like 3 seconds or something like that. So I would want to get that a little bit lower, but regardless here, 34,000 health is pretty low. Your torpedoes are actually pretty good at a 12-kilometer range there with 16,000 max damage and a 62-knot top speed, 34 max speed there. And on top of the low-caliber guns, you do get access to HE, which is one of the differences between sort of the Commonwealth cruisers and the British light cruisers. But 133 millimeters, as sort of mentioned here in the cons, isn't really going to be penning much at all. So on top of that, long cooldown on the crawling smoke generator, weak A defenses, which is a little bit strange based off of the description here, but as well as vulnerable armor scheme, which we already knew, and small health pool. Now your pros, you're basically just a true DPM platform, fast main battery reload with high DPM, high fires per minute, good torpedo damage and range, improved acceleration, very good concealment, and potent utilities, which could be altered as well. They get the crawling smoke generator and the short-range hydroacoustic search. However, the Brisbane has a radar, and I believe they changed that out for the crawling smoke. I forget which one they added. I believe it was the radar, and I think you actually can get both. I just haven't played the Brisbane because why play the Brisbane when you have Mino? But anyway, yeah. So just not excited to blow up in that ship. But honestly, I'm excited to try this, and hopefully there's a new class or line of ships to grind. That is part of half of the fun in this game, in my opinion, is grinding some of those lines, especially if you're a newer player, someone who has a good bit of experience as well. Even just getting those new ships and new styles of play is always exciting. On top of that, besides that, I do want the Hindenburg and a bunch of other legendary tier ships, but you guys know my moaning and complaining about that will be saved for another day. A little side note here, I will be streaming today, Saturday, as well as tomorrow. We have some Winter Cup games to stream, and I don't think I can stream practice, but I have some practice today. But regardless, that is the announcements I wanted to make in this video on top of this teaser image here, which was released, I believe, 2 days ago. But regardless, that's the news for you guys. Hope you guys have a great Saturday, man. Yeah, go out and tell some you love them. Have a great day. I'm out, guys. Peace.